Welcome everyone to Deck Bros, the channel dedicated to the Steam Deck. In this series, we'll be testing just about every game in our Steam library from A to Z, showing off our recommended settings to give you the best experience and to answer the question, will it deck? I have this running at 40, as you can see. For the refresh rate, you hush, you go. As far as the scaling filter, I have FSR on with FSR sharpness at 5 because, of course, because of the way that the game is running, if you lower it, this is what it looks like. And look at that, Jesus. So I have it running here to make it look a bit better. Of course, you see the black bars on the left and the right. You only see that because I am running the game the way that I'm running it. So, of course, it's going to be a little stretched out. But aside from that, the game is running at max settings. Unfortunately, I can't show you that right now because it is when you run the game, it gives you two options: to run the game as is or to configure the PC options. When you run to the configure PC options, you are allowed to adjust the graphical settings. You cannot adjust them once you're in the game, so keep that in mind. But I remember playing this game a lot, and it ran quite well for me back then. Even playing this game on the deck handheld, it ran really, really well. And I think that people who decide to play that game this way shouldn't have any issues whether you're running it at 40 or 60.
Surprised to see me, Batman?
A little. Last
Bang,
time I saw
bang.
you were wrapped around the hood of my car.
You knew it would not kill me.
I wasn't trying to. I'm in no mood for a fight. What are you doing here?
Dr. Young's Titan formula. The Payaso managed to send some off Arkham Island before you stopped him.
How much more did Joker manage to get off the island?
Too much. That is why I am here.
I think that the game
I will
still
not allow the
looks
Basura of
great,
this city to abuse the Titan.
even if
Dr.
you're
Young used me to create
new
it.
to this game.
It is my duty
It still
to
looks
destroy
really
what
well, I
remains.
think, considering the engine that they
I'll help
use,
you,
and it still
but
holds up.
understand this. If you try
Again, if you're
anything,
playing this
I'm taking you down
maxed out
too.
here
We find Titan
on your Steam
containers,
Deck,
we destroy them.
docked,
Deal.
it's not going to look exactly perfect, but I promise you that if you play it handheld, you're going to have a great experience. I didn't notice any hiccups. I didn't notice any hitches. Of course, depending on how you're playing the game and situations that you come
6 each?
across in the game,
Fine.
you may see some dips
Today isn't a good
in
day to
frames.
lie to me, Bane.
But other than that, the GPU looks solid. The CPU is running solid. You shouldn't have any problems at all moving forward playing this game. All right, let's go ahead and test out some combat at 40 frames, and let's see how the performance is.
The bat's here.
I think it's quite stable.
You were right. It's Batman.
I don't think you have any problems regardless of how you run this game. If you want to save energy and don't want to exactly run it at the full 60 frames, that's fine. I think you'll have just as much of an enjoyable time that you would if you hadn't. And there we go.
Who's really buying the funny farm?
Only occur at these times and in these locations.
There we go.
Prisoners are responsible for ensuring food is distributed fairly.
Oh, he said no, thanks. And he's out of there. All right, now we're running the game at 60 FPS, and it looks really, really good. Let's go ahead and check out the quick settings. Everything else pretty much the same, other than me just changing the frame rate limit there. Everything looks great, and I think it runs great. It plays really, really well. Again, I don't think you should have any issues. This is not one of those games that is too intense that you should have any issues with it. You're going to have a good time regardless, and I think that this game should surprise quite a few people, actually, because they may feel like this game might be a little bit intense, but this is not nearly as intense as, let's say, a game like Alan Wake, for instance. Interestingly enough, you would think that this game would be much more intense because of all the things that's going on around you in the world, but it's not actually. This game is very, very optimized, like well optimized.
You were right. It's Batman.
Everything looks good. as you can see. There we go.
Arkham City is an equal
Colors look good. The shading is well done. The colors, the graphics, the minimal pop in, it really runs quite well. I don't think anybody should have any problems with this game. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and close out the game with some more gameplay in 60 FPS. Go ahead and drop a like if you enjoy this kind of content. Please, if you'd like to follow us along on our journey to bring videos of just about every single game in our Steam library running on the Steam Deck, please go ahead and subscribe. We here at Deck Bros believe that every last one of these games could potentially be somebody's favorite game. So that's why we do what we do. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. And I'll go ahead and let you guys go, and I'll catch you in the next video. All right? Peace.
Joker really sick? Can't believe he's dying.
Batman! He's here! Batman! It's Batman!
Batman spotted. Man, he's kicking the crap out of those guys. Zero visual on target. I repeat, we have lost sight of Batman.
Arkham City is gonna be your grave. You were right. It is the Bat.
We've lost a camera in Sector 2.
There's some kind of fight going on over there. Arkham City's gonna burn. What are you gonna do, Bat? We're gonna rip you apart.
Someone said they